Let's look at the difference quotient. The difference quotient is right here. And what's happening here is instead of putting in a 2 for x or a 3 for x, we are putting in the whole difference quotient. And in this case, we have f of t plus h minus f of t all over h. So we see our equation right here. If we were just given f of 2, for example, we would take out our x's, we'd put parentheses, and we would put a 2 in the place of our x. If we were given 5, we would take out the x, we'd put in a 5. If we were given t, we would take out our x and put in a t. But this time, we're not given just one thing. Instead, we're given t plus h. So that means we have to take out our x, put in our parenthesis, and put in t plus h. Let me show you what that looks like. So this means instead of writing the x right here, we're going to put in our parenthesis, and in the place of x, we're going to put t plus h. Now be careful. Don't forget to do this part over here. So that's minus f of t, which means that we'll take out our x, put in the parenthesis, and put a t in its place. Now the whole thing is all over h, so we'll draw a big line all over h. So here we have t plus h quantity squared. Let's figure that out. So t plus h quantity squared, that means t plus h times t plus h. So FOIL, that'll give us t squared plus th plus th plus h squared. Simplify, t squared plus 2th plus h squared. So let's put all of that in right here where we have our t plus h because we simplified that piece. So that's going to give us 2 times t squared plus 2th plus h squared minus, don't forget that t plus h right there, and then minus 2t squared minus t. And this is all still over h. Let's keep simplifying. Let's distribute. Let's distribute. Let's distribute. So that will give us 2t squared plus 4th plus 2h squared minus t minus h minus 2t squared plus t all over h. Let's see if we can simplify. I see 2t squared minus 2t squared. I see minus t plus t. Now notice something very important here. Do you see how everything that's left has an h? If it doesn't have an h at this step, we need to check our work because it will have had to have canceled. And the reason it would have had to have canceled is the next step is to pull out an h. And if you don't have an h for every piece, then you can't pull an h out of everything. So if we pull an h from 4th, that will give us 4t. If we pull an h from 2h squared, that will give us 2h. And if we pull an h from minus h, that'll just give us negative 1. And the reason we want to do this is because that's going to cancel right here. So this will leave us with 4t plus 2h minus 1. And that is what it looks like when we evaluate the difference quotient. Let's try it again. So over here for part B, we have our 4 plus 3x plus x squared. So instead of the x, we're going to put our parenthesis, Instead of the x, we're going to put our parenthesis. And this time, inside our parenthesis, for the first one, we'll do 3 plus h. For the second, we'll do 3. So this will look like 4 plus 3, take out your x, put in a parenthesis, minus, take out your x, put in a parenthesis. Now what goes in those parentheses? For the first part, 3 plus h. So that is this part. And then we have minus f of 3. So let's do minus. We'll do a big parenthesis. And that will look like 4 plus 3, put a parenthesis, x, put a parenthesis, and inside our parenthesis, we put our 3. All over h. Let's do some cleaning. Well, over here, we have 3 squared, so that's going to be 9. And over here, we have minus 3 squared, so that's going to be 9. So those are going to cancel. So we'll just be left with 4 here. This needs to be FOILed, so that will look like 3 plus h times 3 plus h. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times h is 3h. H times 3 is 3h. H times h is h squared. So we can simplify this piece right here. We can distribute right here. All right, if we put all that together, we are left with 4 plus 3 times 3 is 9, plus 3 times h is 3h, minus. So this piece here was where we did our squared. Don't forget your subtraction here. So minus 9. 3h plus 3h gives us 6h, so minus 6h minus h squared. And then all we had left over here was our minus 4. All over h. See what we can do to cancel. Remember, anything that doesn't have an h is going to have to cancel. So let's make sure we didn't miss anything. So 4 and 4, 9 plus 9 minus 9. Okay, we did okay. Still has an h, still has an h, still has an h, and then we have our h in the denominator. So that will look like, pull an h to the front, 3 minus 6 minus h, all over h. The h's cancel, so we're left with 3 minus 6 minus h, which simplifies to negative 3 minus h. So the difference quotient for this one will look like negative 3 minus h.